The other day I sat down and asked myself, am I the only person outside of Japan that's more excited about Dragon Quest being in Smash Bros. Rather than Banjo-Kazooie? How are we today, everybody? I hope you're all good. My name is Peter, and today we're going to be talking about why you should be excited for Dragon Quest being added to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Okay, so to give you guys a little bit of background, I'm a massive fan of the Dragon Quest series. Like, Journey of the Cursed King on the PS2 is one of my personal favourite games of all time. And I've never actually played any of the Banjo games, so naturally I'm going to be a bit more biased towards Dragon Quest. In hindsight, I probably should have filmed my reaction to that because I was absolutely losing it. Like, especially when I saw the second half where they revealed the alternate costumes, one of which is the protagonist of 8. Anyway, the reason I'd like to make this video is because I'd like to shed some light as to why the hero is more than just another anime sword fighter. The first reason I'd like to discuss is the fact that Dragon Quest has a legendary history behind it. And what I mean by that is that it pretty much dates back as far as the likes of Zelda and Kid Icarus have been around, and it's regarded as the father of JRPGs, which, as you know, is a very big genre in games nowadays because, you know, you see the likes of Final Fantasy and Persona are really popular nowadays. And you know what? Since Smash Bros. Ultimate is pretty much going to be a celebration of gaming as a whole and not just Nintendo, why not have a legendary series like Dragon Quest included? Also, it's really nice to see the Japanese audience catered to as well because, you know, as Western audiences, we've gotten what we've wanted a lot. We got Ridley, King K. Rool, and Banjo-Kazooie. And, you know, I think it's only fair that Japan gets some of the characters they want as well because it's massive in Japan. Right, next up, and I think this is a really important one, is that they will absolutely deliver on just making it faithful to the source material. And what I mean by that is, if you look at Joker's pack, for example, they just did everything. They went out of their way to try to make sure it just felt straight out of Persona, like, you know, with the victory screen as well as just the soundtrack and the stage and everything like that. Like, I'm very confident that's going to happen with Dragon Quest as well, because you can see how you got this little menu battle thing as well to the thing where you can just choose spells and stuff. Like, that's just so cool. Like, as a fan of the series, that's just so cool to see, because it just seems as if you're actually playing Dragon Quest but in a fighting game, and that's, if you ask me, that takes a lot of creativity. Mark my words, they'll make sure to make this character pretty interesting and stand out, even if he is just another guy with a sword. Something else that really excites me about this fighter pack is that it's going to introduce the Dragon Quest series to a much bigger audience as well, because it's always been very niche. It's pretty much only ever been super mainstream in Japan, and I think this series just deserves a lot more recognition because it's just amazing. And I can't wait for that to happen. Because as we all know, Super Smash Bros. Is very capable of bringing attention to lesser known franchises. Like, we've seen this with Fire Emblem. Like, I don't think we'd ever have had Fire Emblem outside of Japan if it wasn't for Roy and Marth being in Melee, as well as Xenoblade Chronicles, that probably wouldn't have had as much attention if they didn't include Shulk. So I think putting Dragon Quest in is a pretty good idea to just bring more attention to it. I would 100% sign a petition to get all the classic Dragon Quest games on the Switch, like what Square's been doing with Final Fantasy and the Collection of Mana. Okay, so the next thing that I'm really looking forward to, which I feel like is a really underrated aspect of what gets talked about when it comes to new content coming to fighter packs, is the music. Now, the thing is, I know it was like the previous Square Enix character with Cloud, they only had 2 tracks from Final Fantasy VII, but I think with Dragon Quest, since that's been more familiar with Nintendo and stuff, I think we'll get a lot more songs than that, and there's so many to pick from. You got all sorts of different battle themes, boss themes, all the overworld themes. It's just amazing. Like, listen to some of the music for yourself in your own time. You know, just have a look around. I highly recommend it to listen to, and I can't wait to just fight alongside that music as well in the game. It should be really good. Personally, if you had to ask me, I would really like to see the final boss theme to Dragon Quest VIII being included in the stage, because that's one of my favourite final boss themes of all time. Go listen to it in your own time, it is phenomenal. Also, the final boss theme to Dragon Quest III also gets an honourable mention as well, because that one's amazing too. Go listen to that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe, because there might be more coming as well. I might do more little discussion videos where I just talk about some of my thoughts on stuff in games. I hope this video helped in terms of explaining the perspective of a Dragon Quest fan, and I hope you'll give the hero a chance, because I think he has a lot of potential to be a really cool character and stand out in the Smash crowd. So yeah, have a great day everybody. I hope to see you back here soon.